petition, and I'll be back later. The what? The petition? We're going on a trade park this afternoon to gather signatures for the IMG Post petition. But I'll be back later. I want you to get with Alvita and have her start grooming you for the Miss Manatee title. And I'll be back later. Remember what I said about watching what you eat.
I watch what I eat.
I know you do, Dumpling. I know you do. You watch it go from the table to your mouth. See you later, honey riches. Good morning, Mary Eunice.
Oh, hey, how'd it go with Mayola?
I think it went all right. She's agreed to do the pageant, but I don't know, Mary Eunice. I just don't know. Is there such a species as the bearded manatee? I introduced the idea subtly about...
Oh, you're good at that.
Thank you. About her little weight problem.
Little?
Mary Eunice Wheaton, keep your voice down. She might hear you. I at least got her to cut back on her intake of food a little, and we did discuss the idea of exercising. Hiya, Harley. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm fine, just fine. Good morning, Mary Eunice.
Good morning.
Where are you ladies off to?
We're all together signatures for the Imogene Post petition. You?
Post office. I'm mailed in my publisher's clearinghouse form. I'm a semi-finalist, you know.
You know, my dear sweet late husband used to call that gambling.
Excuse me?
Well, gambling, that's just what that is.
Gambling? Mary Eunice, it most certainly is not. Now, why would you say such a thing? I buy magazines each time.
Don't you think you bought enough magazines, Harleen Angus? You know, you would do much better spending your time down at the First United Congregational Shepherd of the Flock Baptistical Church, reading tracts than burying your nose in those filthy magazines.
Filthy magazines?
Filthy, worldly magazines.
What kind of magazines do you get, Harley?
People?
Oh, the magazine about the evils of Hollywood, where everybody's naked.
National Geographic.
Oh, page after page of topless naked. Now, Guidepost. Guidepost is a magazine worth subscribing to.
I subscribe to Guidepost.
Yes, but I actually read them, not just use them for coasters and birdcage liners.
Isn't it something about Berta?
It's something, all right, something wonderful.
Did you find anybody take her place in the nativity yet?
No, not yet. That's the first thing that flashed across my mind when I heard the news.
Well, we have got to find somebody by tonight.
Yes, Mary Eunice. I know we have to have somebody by tonight, thank you very much. I am, after all, the nativity casting chairperson. I am well aware of the fact that we have got to have somebody by tonight. I was going to go talk to a few people after I get done mailing in my insurance.
You going over to Madge's to see the display?
Oh, I've already been. Do not waste your money on the pork chop. It is not worth $1.
You know, Madge was at church Sunday.
So?
Oh, we missed you at church last night.
We most certainly did.
Well, Boyd came home last night. He'd been on the road for a week, and I wanted to spend some time with him.
Fornicating?
Mary! Boyd is my husband. We had a nice dinner and watched the television. What has gotten into you today?
You just better hope they got TV in hell.
Who is Boyd?
He's fine, just fine. Exhausted, poor baby, but fine. Well, I better be off to the post office. The sooner I get this in the mail, the sooner Ed McMahon can be on my doorstep.
Well, we'll see you at the nativity later.
Yeah, Boyd is so excited about it, he can't wait to see it.
And I can't wait to see you at church. Well, if you ever darken those doors again.
Mary Eunice, I missed once, and I believe for a very good reason. I was not out drinking,
I'm surprised.
dancing,
Well, that's probably next.
or smoking. I was spending some quality time with my husband. Now, if you will excuse me, I have some gambling to do.
Oh, hey, Harleen, you gonna sign our petition?
The Imogene Post petition?
Yeah, you gonna sign it?
For Pete's sake, Mary Eunice, why can't you leave that poor woman alone? Why do you always have to be bothering her?
Well, somebody's gotta be looking out for the morality of this trailer park.
does. It's none of my business, and it's none of yours.
I signed.
That's right. Pauline signed. Everybody signed. Look, Dixie, best to everybody.
Well, I ain't signing.
Very well, Pauline Akers. Don't sign. That's your decision. Your prerogative. You know, just like it's my prerogative to decide whether or not to share a juicy piece of information with Pastor Hedger about you going down to Orlando, to that Blue Banana nightclub.
How did you know about that?
Oh, I know all about it, Pauline. And so will Pastor Hedger and the entire congregation of the First United Congregational Shepherd of the Block Baptistical Church. Unless you sign.
There. Blackmailer.
Thank you, Pauline. Your signature's much appreciated.
Don't forget to find somebody for the nativity.
Oh, I won't forget. In fact, I think I know just who to ask. They'll be perfect.
Good.
And those old big-toed sandals of yours are a bit too revealing. I spot quite a bit of toe cleavage. You better change your shoes before you come back to church, Pauline. Those sexy shoes don't fall within the blue-way guidelines of our church, correct? Come on, Pauline. And quit slouching.
Now, baby, you stay in the car, sugar. I'm only going to be a minute. Just snap me a few pictures, make a quick phone call. Bingo, you stay down, baby. Stay in the car with Opal now. Opal, Elmo, I needed you. Get those things back in the car like I told you. What? What did you say to me, Missy? Oh, really? Well, all I know, if I find any one of those wild creatures roaming around, we gonna be having us next course for dinner. Yes, ma'am. Now, you keep those things in the car like I told you. Go on now. I heard that, Missy Dude. Don't be sassing me. I swear I feel like I'm driving Noah's Ark. Let's see here. Oh, good heavens. What? I mean it, Opal. You get that dog rug back in that car like I told you. Or I'll be making me a Chihuahua souffle. I'll skin that nut and I'll serve it with rice peel off and tortilla chips. Let me see now. Oh, good heavens, these instructions are written in Japanese. How am I supposed to read this? Do I look Japanese? Oh, here we go, America. Stuck on my back. That'd find how to do. You think since we was in America, they put us on the front. Let me see. Oh! Well, does anyone know how to work one of these things? I just can't seem to figure it out. Boy, that's my husband. Got this for me, especially for this trip, so I can take pictures of the trailer for insurance purposes. But just can't seem to... I told him I wanted a 110 Instamatic with automatic flash, but he didn't listen. Never does. Of course, could be because he's stone deaf. I'm on my way back to Florida with my grandbaby in tow. I was visiting my daughter in Opal. That's my grandbaby. Yeah, that's over there, the one with the tattoo. She's gonna be staying with me 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Told my daughter Patsy if I wanted a child around me that long, I'd just have me one myself. But I don't mind, really. It was in the bond Patsy knew from her husband. The trailer burnt down. Auto-camera, Insta-camera systems. Simple to use for simply beautiful pictures. Oh. Load film cartridge into film cartridge loading bay located in front of camera. There. haven't the slightest idea how I want to survive 6 weeks with that demon grandbaby of mine. That girl, I tell you, she's wild. Wild as wild can be. Of course, she gets it from the daddy side of the family. All his people are crazy. Poor little thing's just a social outcast. None of the other little kids have had anything to do with her, and she just doesn't seem to understand why. She just can't seem to figure out why she doesn't have any little friends around. And I'm thinking, oh, look in the mirror. When she was living with me before, she'd come home from school all the crying. Meanwhile, why doesn't anybody like me, she'd say. And I'd say, because, honey, you smoke. And then she'd get all smart-mouthed and sassy and say, but Meemaw lots of people smile. And I'd say, yes, honey, I know it, precious, but not in the 3rd grade. We'll probably have a high school senior picture taken at the post office. It'll end up there anyway, save time. And I hold my breath every time I buy a carton of milk, expecting to see her picture on the back. Of course, I guess you can't expect too much. Poor little thing ain't got no role model except me. The daddy, his name's Digger. He's just useless. He's in jail again for stealing cars. He stole a car from my daughter, Patsy Ruth, for their wedding anniversary. Criminal hatchback. Now, I'm not one for stealing, mind you, not by any means. But if you're going to steal a car for anniversary present, at least make sure it's a Pontiac. Oh, there it looks. Excuse me. Oh, honey. Meemaw wants you to take a picture of him by the wall, please. Thank you, honey. Now you stay real close, okay?
And so, faithful listeners, my advice to the heartsick is take heart. Love is not lost, it's just having a hard time finding you. Hello, and that's pearls of romantic wisdom coming straight from the heart of Dixie.
Thank you, Dixie. I'm certain that our listeners, whether married, single, divorced, widowed, or simply don't know where your loved one is, has benefited from your expertise.
Thank you, Bessa.
Well, before we check in with Missy, I would just...
Missy's on the line?
Well, just called in from the gates of Graceland. But before we hear more about her adventures, well, I would just simply like to say that, well, as most of you listeners know, Arliss and I have had our share of problems.
Yes, yes.
Well, it is no secret that at one time we were both on our way to getting us a couple of lawyers and getting us a divorce.
I remember you were a mess.
Well, I was. Well, Arliss and I were fine.
Like cats and dogs.
Well, I couldn't stand to be around him, so I became a joiner. I joined everything I could, well, you know, to take up my time.
Yes, you did.
But I sought therapy for my joining addiction, and now I'm cured.
And we're so proud of you.
Oh, but it wasn't easy. Well, for a while there, I was a member of everything, and I was joining everything. Well, I was like a woman possessed. I was crazed. Well, it was months before I could watch that home shopping network and not buy everything. Well, even to this day, I still get a little nervous when that diamond jewelry comes up.
And then she sought out the heart of Dixie.
But not for a while, though, and not until after some long, dark nights. Well, friends, after my therapy, my doctor said that I needed to get involved in something. So I got a subscription to that Gone with the Wind collector plate series. And I got mine in. Oh, it was
ugly.
It was ugly. Well, Scarlett O'Hara looked like Ernest Borgnine. Well, I was unfulfilled. And I had the same feelings of emptiness with that Civil War chess set, and with the Thimbles of America, and with the Hummingbird figurines. Well, my point is, dear friends, is that Dixie knows what she's talking about. So if you're having heart troubles, if your marriage is on the rocks, if you're getting a divorce, give Dixie a call. She can help. She can advise you. Why, she can help you get a real nice settlement.
Been through it 7 times. Got it down to an art.
Well, thanks to Dixie, if my check for my ex is just 2 hours late, he's going to the slammer.
Thank you, Dixie. You're quite welcome.
You know, listeners, Miss Dixie Mandrell here is my very best friend in the entire world.
And I feel the same way about you, Vesta.
Well, Dixie, if I had a piece of chocolate for every nice thing you've ever done for me, well, my butt would be as big as New Hampshire.
Oh. Isn't that sweet?
Well, enough of this sad talk. Missy, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Howdy from the highway.
And now, listeners, just as promised earlier, it's Missy Goody.
Live from the gates of Graceland, the home of Mr. Elvis Presley in Memphis, Tennessee.
With a special live report.
Live!
In commemoration of the death of the King of Rock and Roll, and in conjunction with the Jesus and Elvis, a tribute to the King's live nativity.
What's happening there, Missy?
Well, Vesta, you'll never guess where I am. I am standing in front of the very gates that lead to the very home of Mr. Elvis Presley, Graceland. And I have to admit, I am a little teary-eyed. I don't know if that's from being emotionally overwhelmed and standing on the very ground where rock and roll history was made, or from listening to your sentimental gold talk. Oh, get that frog out of your mouth this instant. You don't know where it's been, sugar.
Now, Missy, give us a play-by-play report of what's happening.
Well, at the moment, Opal and I,
Opal faithful listeners, is Missy Goody's granddaughter who'll be spending some time with her while Missy's daughter relocates.
Elmore is Opal's last name, Opal Elmore, who, as most of our faithful listeners know, has already been in and out of several reform schools and has caused Patsy Ruth untold disciplinary problems and heartache.
well, at the moment, Opal and I are standing in front of the very wall which surrounds Graceland, and on which is written thousands of messages, sentiments, and good cheer from Elvis fans around the world. Some funny, some sad, some sacrilegious, like this one right here. If this were Disney World, I'd buy me a pair of Elvis ears. Oh, quit throwing rocks that on me. Now stop acting like a Christian, baby. Where was I? Oh, this one right here. Elvis, I wish I were your belt buckle for a day. I second that, There seems to be thousands of messages written on this wall as I gaze upon it. Oh, what's this? Oh, my goodness.
Well, what is it, Missy?
Oh, my stars and garters, I'm not believing this.
What?
Vesta, Dixie, I think I found a message left by the king himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, history is being made live right here. Listen.
It reads, please quit writing on my wall. Thank you very much. E.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, quit hitting that dog with that stick.
Oh, he's a good boy. Why, from beyond the grave, he remains concerned about the upkeep of Graceland. He's a good boy.
Oh, real good boy.
They don't make him like that anymore.
Well, they broke the mold.
Broke the mold with that one. Yes, ma'am.
Well, Missy, are you going to tour the house?
Oh, I'd like to, of course, but I got over with me, you know. If I let it in there, the house will be burnt down in an hour. You know how she is. I take my eyes off her for 30 seconds and something's either broken or bleeding. She's a wild one.
Always has been.
Well, she just got bad genes, Missy. That's all that girl's got is bad genes.
From her daddy.
Well, Missy, when are you heading back?
In a few minutes, I suppose. As soon as I round up Oakwalk, we'll be hitting the highway. I want to get back in time for that live nativity. So tell everyone in Lunadale Mart to bring in their lawn furniture and board up their windows, because Hurricane Opal is on her way.
Honey, I think you just did, and more.
Well, you be careful driving in, Missy, and we'll see you when you get back.
All right, bye-bye. Opal, honey, Meemaw's ready to go now. Opal, get that dead thing off her around your neck and get in the car.
Well, that was Missy Goody, live from the gates of Graceland.
And you heard her warning, listeners, about opal, so bring in your lawn furniture, lock your doors, and hide all your good silver.
Excuse me, Dixie, but I just got this message from Buddy Earl Keach of the Hisenhurst Funeral Home regarding Verna.
That's Verna Dewberry, listener, who passed on to meet her maker day before yesterday. And whether she went up or down, we don't know, but we can guess. Oh, what's Buddy say?
Oh, he says that Verna will be on display at the funeral home this afternoon. Buddy says he's going to lay out the body at 1 o'clock and see if anybody comes. But if no one's there by 1:15, she's going back in the freezer.
You know, Lester, can I just say a few words here?
Oh, please do.
Now, listeners, I know we're all shocked by the news of Verna's passing. Shocked that it took so long. Why, I, for one, thought Verna would never die. And I have received some calls regarding feelings of confusion that some of you may be experiencing. And I'd like to just take a few moments to discuss those feelings of confusion. Now, I know that it's a fact that Verna Dewberry was not one of our favorite residents here at Luna Del Mar. In fact, I think I could safely say that each one of us, in our own little way, for our own little reason, hated her guts. And I do know when people saw her out taking her morning constitutional, they would intentionally try to run her down. Why, kids dressed up like Verna on Halloween. And believe you me, it will take every bit of self-control that I can muster up not to get up out of my seat and run up there and dance a jig on her coffin right at the funeral. I think our sentiments about Verna's death can be summed up in the lyrics from The Wizard of Oz. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Even so, Verna does deserve a little bit of respect. Therefore, in honor of Verna Dewberry, a woman who brought a little bit of hell into each one of our lives, we'd like to observe a moment of silence.
Now, there's more good news. Since Verna's going to be pushing up daisies, Mary Eunice asked me to announce that there is a vacant spot on the Luna Del Mar Junior League and Ladies Auxiliary, of which Verna was Madam President.
So, all you Junior League wannabes, now's your golden opportunity. Just complete your application, turn it in to Mary Eunice Wheaton. All applications will be considered equally, regardless of age, ethnic background, religious denomination, or political views.
You've been listening to Luna Del Mar Radio.
Luna Del Mar, there is nothing wrong with being mediocre.
Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch... Oh, sorry about that, Mayola, honey. I was just signing something for Mary Eunice. Well, your mama tells me you're interested in ribbon lessons for Miss Manatee. I must say, I was a little surprised after what happened last year.
No,
No what, dear?
I'm not interested. My mama's interested, not me. I'm only doing it because she's interested. Get her off my back. You got anything else to eat?
No, dear, I don't. Well, anyway, whether you're here for yourself or here for your mama, here you are. We've got some work to do. Now, I need to ask you some preliminary questions. Name?
Anyone else gonna be here?
I don't know, dear. Perhaps they're just late.
My mama said you don't want to get pregnant girls in this thing this year. It's gonna be hard finding girls in this trailer park being pregnant.
Yes, well, I just...
Not me. I ain't pregnant.
There's a reason for that, dear. Let's get on to these questions. Name?
Mayola.
Your full name,
bunnies. Well, isn't that something? How fascinating. Likes to pet bunnies. And who says you don't have any interest? We'll just come back to that later, alrighty? Now, Vale, part of the Miss Manatee competition is you telling why you'd like to be Miss Manatee.
I don't want to be Miss Manatee. My mama wants
I know, dear, your mama wants you to be Miss Manatee.
My mama wants me to be Miss Manatee, not me.
I know, dear, your mama wants you to. But if you did, why would you want to?
I don't.
I know you don't. But if you did, why would you want to?
I don't know.
Now, Mayola, honey, I know you don't know, and you know you don't know, but we can't let the judges know that you don't know. We can't write, I don't know, on this entry form now, can we?
Why not?
Because it would look bad. You know that. We'll just have to make something up, huh?
Lie? You want me to lie?
No, not lie. Just not tell the whole truth.
My mama wouldn't like for me to lie.
I'll tell you what. I'll take care of this part for you. That way, you don't have to worry your little head about it at all. Okay? Okay. Now, oh, the requirement for community service. That's going to be taken care of with your role in the live nativity. And then there's the essay. That needs to be about the manatee. You write that yourself, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now, your mama tells me that you attended Silurian High School.
Yes, ma'am.
What was your favorite part of high school?
Lunch.
Were you a member of any clubs?
No, ma'am.
The band?
No, ma'am.
The choir?
No, ma'am.
Any awards, honors, commendations?
I want to be assistant manager of condiments. I've heard of what my mama said.
Not condiments, Mayola. Commendations. Did you ever win anything? Did you ever receive any prizes?
I won a pie eating contest one time.
Academics. Did you ever receive any prizes for academics? Your studies. What did you do then?
I went to school and I ate lunch.
Yes. Well, I've been looking over your grades. Now, we like for our Miss Manatees to be smart. I see in your case, we'll have to make us an exception. I see your ranking in the class was 478 out of the class of 470. Perhaps we just will draw attention to that. Now, let's talk about your talent.
Okay?
Do you have any talent?
No.
There's nothing you can do. Singing? Dancing? Piano playing? Baton twirling? Dramatic reading? Flower arranging? Storytelling? Vegetable farming? Banjo playing? Whittling? Card tricks? Drawing? Sculpture? Writing songs? Puppetry? Making funny faces? Impersonations? Pool? Basketball? The hula hoop? Slinky tricks? Sewing?
And so, fans and friends, the great king of rock and roll went to that great last concert in the sky in August of 1977. And again, I want to thank you all for coming. And if you'll notice on your scheduling events, the Elvis sing-along will begin in just a few minutes in the backyard. And again, I apologize for the pork chop resembling Elvis not being available. But Clifford come in and said he was starving to death when he come home, and he couldn't wait 5 minutes for me to fix him an egg sandwich. So thanks to him, a precious Elvis artifact is passing through his lower
a puppet master down at the church.
Well, you know, it's unbelievable what you can do with a little bit of colored felt, Velcro, and sequins. Did you like the tour, Mary Eunice?
Well, for the most part, yes. I felt as though some of the musical selections were a little inappropriate and suggestive, though. I mean, loving you, love me, I want you, I need you, I love you. I felt as though it would have been much more enjoyable if you had played one of Elvis's gospel records instead.
Good, great. I appreciate you, Kelly.
Well, we wouldn't have missed it, and I do believe it is your most elaborate yet. How you gonna top this next year? I can't wait to see it. And your Priscilla bust was delicious.
Oh, especially the eyes.
I was real sorry to hear about that pork chop, though.
It was a bitter blow.
I know, dear. I know.
I just don't know if I can forgive Clifford or not.
Of course you can, dear.
I don't know. A woman has her limits. I just simply don't know.
Where's Clifford now? Madge? Madge,
I threw him out
threw him out? Why?
because I can't live with a man that has no respect for meat exhibits. I simply cannot. So right after the presentation and the birth of Lisa Marie and the soft puppets, I threw him out.
Where did he go?
I don't know. And I don't care. He probably went hunting.
Well, I say good riddance to bad trash. That's what I say. I never liked that